strong.
Welcome back to Crypto for Freedom, where we talk about gaining financial freedom through the cryptocurrency markets. Today we're talking about Dogecoin, and we're asking ourselves the question, was this the break below 15 cents, and is this the back test to flip support into resistance? Usually when you're flipping support into resistance, you have to have some sort of back test, and it looks like this could be that back test. Zooming in on the daily chart, we've seen green days for the last 4 days for Dogecoin. And prior to that, Dogecoin had dropped below 15 cents like I was talking about, down to 13.3. And this 15 cent level kind of is the line in the sand for Dogecoin. Backing out to the weekly chart, we can see that this 15 cents level has held as support through the bull markets. And this has been somewhat of a sneaky bull market we've been in. Here's the 15 cent level here. And here's the 15 cent level that this bull market has been holding as support. Now it really does look like on the daily chart that we are finding some bullish momentum here. But, you know, we have to watch out for this 15 cent level acting as resistance and seeing the price, the Dogecoin price, come up and retest that and flip the support into resistance. Now, I do think that the top 4 Bitcoin is in, and it seems to me that Dogecoin is now going to be entering into this 890-day downwards channel from the top of the market. It's done it 3 different times in the past where it spanned out 890 days throughout a bear market descending parallel channel. And I think it could be happening, you know, again right now as we speak. 890 days past the top of the market, we could be seeing Dogecoin, you know, maybe come back up if Bitcoin has that retest of the 50-week moving average that everybody's been talking about, and then ultimately come down to fill this wick here, which usually happens. We end up filling wicks and then come down to find some sort of bottom by this red line, 890 days. Oh, I guess that's 500. Oh, yeah, it is 9. So, 890 days past the halving, or 890 days past the peak of the market for Dogecoin. We should be seeing a breakout of this downtrend. So, that means that we could be seeing a 10-cent Doge by May of 2027. So, if you guys do want to load up on Doge for the next bull run, you know, I think sometime before May of 2027, you're going to have an accumulation range down here. So yeah, that'll bring this box down here somewhere to accumulate Dogecoin. Now jumping over to Bitcoin, it looks like it's trying to have some sort of relief rally here today. Over the last 12 hours, it's been pumping a little bit. And but I do think ultimately that this will just be a relief bounce and it's going to roll over. Now I don't think that the same thing is going to happen that happened last time, where we just came, you know, floated around in this area for a few months and then came back up. I think that we may end up seeing something different happen this time. And if that means we, you know, drop more here and then start floating around, because if you take a look on the weekly chart and we zoom out, oh, too far, you can see this top parallel channel. Let me delete this one. This is kind of our bull market range here. And, you know, in 2021, when Bitcoin dropped, the first time it dropped 50%. And at the end of 2021, it dropped 50% again. So why couldn't we see from the high over here, see a 50% drop down to the bottom of this bull market range? That's why I don't really think we're going to be getting a bounce right now. So if you guys are, FOMOing back into the market, I would just keep a level head, you guys, and realize that, we could end up seeing a 50% drop from the peak of the market to come down and fill this bull market range to the bottom of the bull market range. And then we could see a relief bounce, and that would allow more time for the 50-week moving average to roll over. And, maybe we just see a small bounce here, then we roll down. That's when we start seeing that relief rally for a few months down here rather than up here. And I think everybody might be getting kind of ahead of their steez a little bit. So just make sure to be cautious right now, you guys. Be very cautious in the market, because I think we are on, the verge of a larger widespread market downtrend for Bitcoin and Dogecoin and other cryptocurrency assets. So I would just be very careful right now about trying to, long the market. And there might even be a good opportunity for a short at some point to see the price come back down to the bottom of this this bull market range. Pulling the fib from the high to the low here. So maybe we do end up coming back up to the golden pocket at the 0.5 to 100K before we roll over. And let's see what on the weekly chart that would look like. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe we do see it. Maybe we do see the pump here, but really the real message of this video is just to be cautious right now, you guys. Sometimes it's better to just do nothing and sit on your hands, or if you did sell out of your position up here near the top somewhere in this area and you've been holding cash, I would just be very wary of this relief pump and be careful not to FOMO back in up here at the 50-week moving average, and expecting higher prices and a new all-time high, when really we could just roll over here at the 0.5 fib retracement and head down to lower prices. And I think that is actually more likely to happen than not. Now let's slap on our other moving average. So most likely Bitcoin is going to come down to the 200-week moving average over the next, let's see, from here over the next 330 days. I do think we're going to come down to the 200-week moving average, which could be another, from where we're at, we're sitting 40%, 37% above the 200-week moving average. So depending on where it actually meets the 200-week moving average, we could be seeing another 27% drop for Bitcoin. So I'm not a trader, but there could be opportunities to short the market right now in the bear market. And what does that mean for Dogecoin? Well, that means for Dogecoin that we're probably going to end up staying in this, this channel for the next 588 days. Well, I guess it'd be less than that now. It would be 525 days. We could be staying in this downward channel. And over the grand scheme of things, that's not that long of a time. So that's why I encourage you guys to be working really hard, to be saving your money for an emergency fund, to be debt-free, to have multiple streams of income coming in. That way you can continue dollar cost averaging into your positions and save up extra cash on the sideline. That way when we do see big opportunities like this, you can go ahead and put bigger chunks of money into the market. And we could be seeing, a lot of sideways action here for Dogecoin. So that could be, a huge opportunity of accumulation. If you would have been accumulating Dogecoin this whole time, you could have had a pretty substantial Dogecoin portfolio if you would have just dollar cost averaged into the market over the last, 1,700 days up until this point, and you would still have another, 500 days to accumulate more of a position. That's why I say you guys want to be dollar cost averaging into the market over time, begin with the end in mind, and have a long-term strategy to win in these markets. So if you guys like the video, make sure to smash the like on the thumbs up, and comment all your thoughts down below if you think Dogecoin is going to go a bit higher this cycle, or if this is the end and we're going to stay in this downwards channel. Make sure to go down in the link below in the description to check out all my videos and my playlists. And remember that none of this is financial advice. You should always be doing your own research, and that I'm just a random guy on YouTube. So with that, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.